Men today are prioritizing themselves, their peace, their happiness, their freedom, over trying to save women. And unfortunately, a lot of you females will be by yourselves.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for joining us for another interesting discussion. In today's video, we're looking at a growing conversation that's been getting a lot of attention online. More and more people are talking about why a significant number of men are choosing to step away from the modern dating scene and instead focus on a quieter, less stressful lifestyle. In 2026, we quote LB reacting to a video from Manhood, breaking down the key arguments, examining different perspectives, and discussing why this trend has become such a popular topic across social media. Be sure to share your own opinion in the comments, because this is one of those conversations where people often have very different viewpoints. Now, let's get started and see what the discussion is really about.
I'm single by choice, but you're not single by a choice. You can't get a man to commit to you. In marriage, if you're out here sleeping with every basketball player, every football player, every rapper, every CEO, you will not be a wife. And so those oftentimes are the women that say, I'm single by choice, but you're not single by a choice. You can't get a man to commit to you. He might be the person that you can call to have a good time with. He might be the person that you can sleep with. He might be the person that you get to bring to events. But if he's not committing to you, there's a reason why. I think that there are too many women that are saying, I'm choosing myself now. The truth is, they've made so many bad decisions in their past that now they don't qualify for the man they want. And so now they're like, I'm single by choice. But are you single by choice, or has rejection made you choose?
She highlights a distinction that has been discussed for a long time. Simply remaining in someone's life is very different from being genuinely prioritized. Staying connected does not automatically mean there is a clear, long-term commitment behind the relationship. Giving the situation a positive label does not change the reality if an important piece is still absent. Her comments encourage a broader conversation about expectations, commitment, and how different people define a meaningful relationship in today's world.
A man who protects his peace is often misunderstood. People think he became distant, but really he became careful. He used to give everyone access to his time, energy, and loyalty, until life showed him how expensive the wrong people can be. So now his circle is smaller, not because he hates people, but because he finally values himself. He stopped chasing attention, fake friendships, and meaningless conversations that only drained his mind. And honestly, solitude taught him things noise never could. It taught him discipline, patience, and emotional control. That's why he no longer fears being alone. He fears losing the peace he fought so hard to build. Because a man who finds comfort in his own company becomes very difficult for the world to shake.
She presents a perspective that is not often heard in these discussions. Instead of interpreting a man's smaller social circle as bitterness or rejection of others, she suggests it can simply reflect a decision to focus on personal well-being and a more balanced life. She also points out an important idea. For some people, the biggest concern is not spending time alone, but protecting the sense of stability and peace they have worked hard to build. Her observation adds another layer to the conversation about personal priorities, emotional balance, and the choices people make as they move through different stages of life.
These men who are going around saying that they want peace, they do not create peaceful environments for women. So how are you going around saying you want peace? You're just an avoidant. You're an avoidant. You don't want conflict. You don't want to have to navigate conflict. You don't want to have to deal with other people's emotions. So you're going around saying you want peace. Create a peaceful environment and you'll be able to cultivate peace in that connection, no?
Labeling someone as emotionally distant simply because they prefer a peaceful and low-conflict lifestyle can overlook the reasons behind that choice. For many people, seeking a calmer environment is less about avoiding relationships and more about protecting their overall well-being. This perspective suggests that some individuals choose to step away from situations filled with ongoing tension because they value stability and peace of mind. Wanting fewer conflicts is not necessarily a negative trait. It can reflect a thoughtful decision about the kind of life and relationships they want to build.
So all the men from my previous post saying that they have found peace by being alone and they're not trying to date because they just want peace. Are you trying to say that we don't bring peace to your life?
Interestingly, her immediate emotional response may provide as much insight as the question itself. Sometimes the way a person reacts can reveal underlying concerns or expectations that words alone do not fully express. Rather than focusing only on what was asked, it is also worth considering how the reaction shaped the overall discussion. In many conversations, responses can offer important context and help explain why people see the same situation from very different perspectives.
That's exactly what they're saying. For a lot of men, being in a relationship with a woman is constantly reassuring her 24/7. Constantly have to tiptoeing around her expectations and needs. Constantly having to check in to an extreme level where he feels suffocated in the relationship. For a lot of men, they do want good relationships. Yes, they value those things. But you are competing against his peace when he's alone. If being alone is easier than being with you, then yeah, he'd rather just be single.
He argues that many people naturally compare the quality of a relationship with the sense of balance and peace they experience on their own. When that comparison continues over time, personal well-being can become the deciding factor in whether someone chooses to stay or move on. From this viewpoint, if someone consistently feels more comfortable outside the relationship than within it, that may be a sign that something important needs attention. Rather than treating it as an act of hostility, it can be seen as an indication that the relationship may no longer be meeting the needs or expectations of both people involved.
A lot of women have absolutely no idea what peace looks like to their man. If your man is sitting somewhere by himself in silence with a little smile on his face and he is doing absolutely nothing, he's not fucking with nobody, he ain't bothering nobody, let that man sit in peace. You do not need to roll up on him and ask him no goofy ass question like, what are you thinking about? Or why are you so happy? Because now he got to make the decision to look at you and actually tell you nothing, or lie to you and be like, you're what I'm thinking about. And the whole time that man was sitting there probably thinking about absolutely nothing, just sitting in peace. So let him sit in peace when you see him sitting in peace. I challenge every woman who sees this video to go and ask your man what peace looks like to them. And when he gives you an answer, honor that. And let him have whatever level of peace he told you it looks like.
The central idea is straightforward. People sometimes value quiet moments without feeling the need to explain every thought that crosses their mind. A period of silence does not always signal that something is wrong. It can simply be a chance to relax, recharge, and enjoy a sense of calm. The discussion also suggests that constantly questioning someone during those peaceful moments may unintentionally interrupt the comfort they are experiencing. Recognizing that everyone processes emotions and unwinds differently can lead to better understanding, stronger communication, and healthier relationships overall.
Is that these single moms actually think they have a lot of options, but they have the audacity to expect men to have no kids, be well established, and come in and scoop them up. Meanwhile, they got 3 baby daddies, 4 kids, and a low income job. But not only that, is they'll have the audacity to be like, don't talk to any girls, don't hang out with your friends, don't go out to the bars. Meanwhile, if he looks her up on social media, she's gonna be talking about her situationship, her dating experiences, this guy, that guy, pretty much outing herself for basically having a high body count. But wait, there's more, is that she'll have 3 different baby daddies, 2 different baby daddies, 3 kids, and none of those baby daddies ever married her or want shit to do with her, and she doesn't see herself as the problem.
This topic often sparks strong opinions because it centers on expectations in modern relationships. Some commentators question situations where individuals with complex family responsibilities still maintain very specific standards or requirements when looking for a new partner, arguing that these expectations deserve open discussion rather than being ignored. At the same time, others believe that everyone has the right to set personal preferences regardless of their past. The broader debate is really about whether expectations and circumstances should be viewed together when evaluating compatibility, making it a conversation that continues to generate very different viewpoints.
Anybody want to split rent and take trips? You can cheat, I don't care, I just need someone real. Are you the one? Say hi.
The speaker questions whether presenting those expectations creates the impression that was originally intended, mentioning shared living expenses while also expecting a partner to cover other major costs may lead some people to see a mismatch between the message and the expectations being communicated. Ultimately, the discussion highlights how financial preferences can shape first impressions in the dating world. Every person is free to set their own standards, but compatibility often depends on whether both individuals have similar views about responsibilities, contributions, and long-term expectations before moving forward together.
So many single women out here that are struggling to find a man. Well, I'm going to tell you the reason, but you're not going to like the answer. Now, this may not apply to you, so don't take offense. But if you do, maybe you need to reflect why it makes you offended. Honestly, a lot of women treat men like trash. A lot of women take men for granted. A lot of women want men to take accountability for their actions and what they do. But boy, if you ask a woman to take accountability for her fault in her actions, it's straight to signing divorce papers. But my question is, why are women so resistant to taking accountability? Like really, what is the reason why you won't take accountability for your actions? I know for me personally, because I was this woman for many, many years, like most of my marriage, I realized it's because I thought I had to be perfect and that society judged me based on my level of perfection. And if I dared to take accountability for my faults and actions, then I would be even more demonized. But the reality is, me not taking accountability was making it worse. And I don't think a lot of women understand the fact that we are a lot of the problem. I'm not saying we're the whole problem, but at least on my platform, on this side of things, a lot of men are trying.
The speaker argues that real-world financial responsibilities often have a way of shifting the conversation from ideals to practical reality. Regardless of personal beliefs or public messaging, everyday expenses still need to be managed, and that challenge affects nearly everyone. From this perspective, her explanation highlights the gap that can sometimes exist between expectations and the realities of independent living. The broader discussion is less about assigning blame and more about recognizing that financial decisions often bring unexpected challenges, making this a topic that continues to generate debate from many different viewpoints.
I think it's a flex to be like, I don't chase women. Okay, bye. Go find your husband then. Like I'm all.
The speaker expresses agreement with the idea that some people have become increasingly hesitant about participating in the modern dating scene. According to this perspective, a growing number of individuals feel that today's dating culture no longer aligns with the kind of relationships they hope to build. Rather than viewing this as a judgment of an entire generation, the discussion focuses on changing expectations, personal priorities, and shifting relationship dynamics. For some, choosing to remain single is seen as a practical decision based on their own experiences and preferences rather than a rejection of everyone they might meet.
We are losing men to peace. We are losing men to ourselves. Men no longer prioritize women. The man at peace is an unbuyable man. Some women are still thinking that men are in that scenario of chasing after, calling, despairing for the lack of a woman, for her absence, when in reality, today's man, he is increasingly valued. He understood that a woman is not the center of his life. That a woman is not the most important thing in the world. It is perfectly possible to live without one.
She argues that many people are beginning to recognize a noticeable shift in relationship priorities. According to this viewpoint, a growing number of men are choosing to place greater emphasis on their careers, personal goals, friendships, and overall well-being rather than making a romantic relationship the central focus of their lives. The discussion also suggests that when someone becomes comfortable and fulfilled on their own, their decisions are guided less by pressure and more by personal choice. Instead of depending on a relationship for happiness, they may become more selective about the connections they pursue, reflecting changing attitudes toward dating and long-term commitment.
He seeks to make money. He seeks to do business. He seeks to grow, to develop himself. He removed women from his focus. Today's man, he realized that his peace is worth more. There is no relationship that can buy his peace. Today's man, he is unbuyable. He is non-negotiable. The peace he chose for his life has become non-negotiable. If you are a woman and are waiting for a man to venerate you, a man to idolize you, a man to dote on you, I'm very sorry, but perhaps that won't happen. Because the more time passes, the more we have seen that today's generation of men is not like the generation of old. And it is we women who have been losing high-value men, serious men, hard.
The speaker agrees with the broader idea that priorities have been changing for many people in recent years. From this perspective, some men are choosing to invest more of their time and energy into areas such as their careers, financial goals, personal growth, education, fitness, or developing new skills instead of making dating their primary focus. According to this viewpoint, many find a greater sense of purpose and satisfaction by working toward long-term objectives and building the life they want. Rather than viewing this as a rejection of relationships, the discussion presents it as a shift in priorities, where personal development and stability become the foundation before pursuing a romantic partnership.
It says a lot when a man is at peace and that said woman is no longer a part of his life. When a man reaches a point where he is calm and unbothered and distant from that woman, because that kind of peace does not happen overnight. Believe me, that's a man that went through frustrations, conversations, and effort. And then something in him shifted, and this is what women miss. When a man gets to that place, it is no longer anger, it's detachment. So now the things that used to matter to him does not hit the same. The arguing, the emotions, the tears, even the effort, it does not move him like it used to. Because mentally, he has already created distance. And once a man finds peace without you, he never will feel the need to go back to what disrupted it. And this is what women gotta understand. When a man feels better without you, it is over. He will never come back, no matter what you do. If you are a man that's currently in this state, bravo, my brother. I am so happy that you chose you.
She suggests that what may appear as emotional distance is often the result of a long process of personal growth rather than frustration or resentment. From this perspective, some people gradually reach a place of emotional balance after spending considerable time working through difficult experiences and learning to value their own peace of mind. The discussion also points out that by the time someone no longer reacts strongly to emotional appeals or repeated attempts to change their mind, they may have already made their decision internally. In many cases, the emotional separation begins well before the relationship officially comes to an end, making the final outcome simply the last step in a much longer process.
Why am I hearing so many women complaining about men doing the bare minimum? What makes these women so exceptional that they leave room to be able to complain about these types of things? Because I would guarantee that the majority of these women saying this and boosting femininity are probably not even doing the bare minimum themselves. They probably gave up having a family or children to work a job that really doesn't even care about them. They probably don't make dinner or cook anything. They probably won't lift a finger to clean the house the way it should be cleaned. So tell me why it's okay to downgrade or downplay a man who does the bare minimum when a lot of the...
She shifts the discussion by asking whether the same standards people expect from a potential partner are also being applied to themselves. Rather than focusing only on what others should contribute, her point encourages a broader conversation about mutual expectations, personal responsibility, and fairness in modern relationships. The speaker then argues that successful relationships often depend on both individuals meeting the standards they hope to find in someone else. While opinions on this topic differ widely, the central message is that lasting compatibility is more likely when expectations are balanced and both people are equally committed to bringing value to the relationship.
There is quite literally nothing that aggravates me more than the amount of men that I see on the New York City subway that do not stop to help women at all. I will see women struggling with literally like 60-pound strollers. They have a baby on their arm. I will literally sit there and I'll wait and I'll be like, okay, let's see how long it's gonna be. Some man obviously has to see this lady struggle. I'm watching them looking at her. No, they don't. Why am I, the 126-pound woman, helping this woman push a 60-pound stroller up a staircase because you guys won't help her? I see girls struggling with suitcases all the time. Women struggling with groceries. Y'all just sitting around. Not all of y'all are in a rush. I don't know where y'all going. Most of y'all don't even got no damn job.
The speaker concludes by arguing that changing social expectations have created new debates about roles, responsibilities, and mutual support in everyday life. According to this perspective, some people believe that messages promoting complete independence have also led to situations where practical assistance is less common, raising questions about how cooperation and shared responsibility should work in modern society. The broader takeaway is that healthy relationships and communities often depend on mutual respect, communication, and a willingness to support one another when it matters most. As social norms continue to evolve, conversations like these are likely to remain an important part of the discussion about modern relationships and personal expectations. If you enjoyed this analysis and want to see more in-depth discussions on social trends, relationship dynamics, and human behavior, be sure to explore the resources linked below for additional content and future updates. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you found this video interesting, check out another one on your screen for more thoughtful commentary and analysis. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.